Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Paul-Esupofo. Welcome to this wonderful time, wonderful season. We are still very much on law, ethics, copyright, and all, and insurance. And I want to appreciate all of you for being part of this. And I know by this month we're going to finish this particular book, and we are going to be very, very fast about it because October is here, and October we're going to be having a 90 days. 90 days is going to be on Zoom to Facebook. 90 days, a very massive experience of screenplay, and by the grace of God also we're having a program on October 1st, 1st of October, October 1, 2020. We're going to be having Why Not Mad for JCFC instead of all the Hasna and all the stuff. So by the grace of God, we're going to be doing that 11 to 1 p.m. by the grace of God. So let's go on with what we have started, the public right to know. We stopped at the very, very sensitive place, and today we're going to be talking about truth. We're going to be talking about truth, and that is the only thing we're going to be talking about today. Truth. So then tomorrow, the course of the week, we talk about consent, talk about public property and all that. One of the things about the truth is that the best defense against a libel suit is that the information you have presented is the truth. If you are doing your job properly and not misinterpreting the fact, this should be easy when producing news. In 1996, ABC News learned the hard way that news coverage cannot be deceitful in any way. As part of the investigation on sanitary condition at a popular food market, an employee of ABC applied for and got the job at the market using a false resume. Okay, a jury found ABC allegation of unsafe practices in the store to be true, but gave an extremely large settlement to the store's management because of the deceptive way ABC uncovered the story. The end does not justify the means, and the jury can drive that point home in a big way. So you can see that things are changing. Related to truth, another difference is to present the story as opinion. That's one thing I tell media people. Please, you don't just put your opinion in some things. You have to make it, live it like that, and know that this is the truth. For example, news organizations regularly conduct public poll to gauge the public opinion on a variety of issues. If a poll reveals that says a majority of Americans believe that a certain actress did not deserve to win an Oscar award, Oscar for the best actress in a particular movie, the poll can be considered newsworthy because of the prominence of the actress and Oscar awards. Okay, the poll might hurt the actress feeling and possibly even cause her to lose an audition or two, though the added publicly might actually increase auditions. That's the truth. Okay, however, she will not be likely to be filed any suit because the news organization only reported public opinion. If the news to file any suit, organization itself chooses to state an opinion, then that opinion must be labeled as such. If in print, the opinion piece should appear on the opinion page. If broadcast, it should be labeled as commentary. Because if you don't do that, you're going to be sued. A lot of things we do in Africa, we don't even know the difference about it. Some of us just do it because you just feel like doing it. And one of the things I've overcome with is failure is part of success. So when you don't fail, you don't have something to successfully done. Okay. Regarding the defense of truth, sometimes a reporter might be asked to reveal his or her source of information so that the accuracy of that information might be evaluated. Just like I was reading from this book, and I also teach from it. But I put my reference on all the posts of portable news and feed production. That's where I've been talking about. And that's what I've been talking about like a year or so. So you can imagine all those things. And you cannot just talk about it. You just have to put a reference so that my opinion will be different from whatever anything somebody wants to say. So you have to reveal the source sometimes. So most states have shield laws that protect reporters from revealing their sources. Sometimes reporters stand behind those laws, sometimes not. A famous case of the former not revealing a source was Washington Post reporters Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein not revealing the identity of their source known as the Deep Throat during their investigative report of the Watergate scandal in the Nixon White House in the early 1970s. They promised this source they could not reveal his identity while he was living. However, in 2005, he chose to go public on his own, and the world learned that Deep Throat was William Markfeld, an associate director of the FBI during the Nixon administration. So you can see that, and I think I'll be able to show something, but nevertheless, don't worry. Many of those things you can also Google them and see for yourself and all that. So I'm going to be talking about other things tomorrow, God helping me, and like I said, it's going to be periodic. If there's nothing affecting us, why not? Why not if not? Okay, so we're able to do a lot of things together. A famous example of choosing to reveal source occurred in 2004 when CBS News anchor Dan Rather reported a story that then President Bush had been given preferential treatment to get out of duty when he was in Texas Air National Guard. Okay, the story was based on documents attributed to Bush commander Jerry B. Killian. However, document proved to be after the fact recreation, that is forgeries. With the source permission, Mr. Rather revealed that the source of this document was former Texas Army National Guard officer Bill Brockett. We argued that the document were like the kind of special handling that Bush received, with that's like in quotes, but the damage was done. It is worthwhile to note that even though Mr. Rather revealed his source with the source permission and confession that the source was not authentic, damage to Mr. Rather's petition still occurred. The damage to it still occurred. Caveat reporter. Get the facts right. Okay? Get the fact right. When you get it right, all other things will be right. Okay, make it authentic, make sure it's genuine. Having a source fall on his own sword after the fact does not substitute for reporters' obligation to tell the truth. From time to time, Congress debates whether or not to pass a national shield law at the federal level. To date, this has not happened. Many consider this less likely in the wake of the 2010 WikiLeaks scandal. On November 28, 2010, that's about 10 years ago, this non-profit website known for posting unavailable documents began leaking the first few hundred of a few 100,000 confidential cable from 274 embassies, including frank discussion from the high-ranking ambassadors around the world. Some consider this a global scandal that could result in a meltdown of diplomatic relations among some nations. Though a global diplomatic crisis did not occur. WikiLeaks top dog Julian Assange was arrested. He had already come under investigation earlier in 2010 for pyro government leak. So Army Private First Class, that's rank. Okay, if you don't know it, Army Private First Class Banning, already in the military prison in the Virginia since July 2010 for earlier leak to WikiLeaks. November leaked cable to WikiLeaks. You can see many supporters rallied to the defense of Assange and Manning, arguing for their First Amendment rights to disclose information and raising money to pay for their levies. Okay, for their legal fees. So that's where I'm going to be stopping tonight. But before I stop, if you look at it, there are emphasis of reporters' privilege the laws, you can also look at it. A pocket guide protecting unpublished information and confidential sources. A service of First Amendment project. Society of Professional Journalists, you can also look at, you can also search for it. For more information, you can also look at the firstamendment.org. The firstamendment.org, you can also look at what is the protection from, the two-sided brochure of the California Shield Law. You can also look at it, look at the exceptions, look at it, also search for what I've just said. You can Google it, you can search for it and get a very powerful result on the laws, ethics, copyright, and insurance. I must confess to you, as a drama minister, don't take anything for granted. Take everything with all seriousness. Take everything with all joy. Make sure that you are not just doing anything anyhow. One of the things I've learned over the time is that if there's any permission to be taken, let us take it, because the same amount of money that will cost you to protect something can also cost you when that thing is damaged. You just have to look at it critically and make sure that you are not just doing whatever anybody's just talking about anyhow. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate all of you. Till another time, I remain Paul-Esupofo. Don't forget, don't just be creative, stay creative and be a person of creativity. Do have a wonderful day.